So let's try this again. So I recorded this already and now I have to do it again because it didn't save. I hope this one saves. So the purpose of this video is to talk about reflection, why it's so good to reflect. And in the last video, I kind of said that the topic is alone on Christmas, because technically I am. But I was cooking in the kitchen this afternoon, I guess, because I woke up very late today. It's literally 4:06 p.m. right now. And I was just like, I think for the past week or so, I was just like reflecting a lot on my life because my birthday just passed. And, like when your birthday passes, like you reflect on your life, on kind of things, what happened, and yada yada. And I'm just like, why? Things that happened this year, may I start by saying that, is this year has been a very blessed year for me. I'd say very lucky, very blessed, loved, started off, didn't know. For example, I knew I wanted to graduate this year, but I owed my school like a couple $1,000, and I was like, I don't know how I'm paying this by November or before November, so that I could I would have had to pay it by at least August, so that I could graduate in November. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm coming up with that. And then I got a scholarship or an award, I believe, that paid that off for me, and that was like, wow, that was great. And the remainder of that money came to my bank account. Another thing that happened is there was a place that I was working, and then I was on payroll, and like they sent me money into my account by accident, and I got to keep that, which was also very weird. But I just feel like I'm always so lucky when it comes to like money, so I don't really worry about stuff. But back to the main thing, reflection. This year, again, like I said, it started off kind of wompy, but I've had friends. The year went from good to bad. And for me, because I reflect so much on things and like I just see things for what it is, it wasn't bad for me because, I spend a lot of time, I guess this year especially, I spent so much time by myself, like just going for walks and like taking, even when the sun was hot, like I was going for a walk every day. I realized that it wasn't really good for my skin, so then I started going either very early when the sun wasn't as hot or in the afternoon. But those walks were so good for me, like, just grounding. And if you don't know what grounding is, it's like walking bare feet on the ground. And I would feed the birds, always make sure I got my sunflower seeds. And then I met this swan at the lake. It had a tag on it, N51. And I was like, at first I started feeding him or her. I still, to this day, I think it's a girl, though it's not so big, or maybe it's a boy, I really don't know. I started feeding him or her nuts, and then I switched to apples and bananas, and then it really liked that. It even left for a couple weeks right before I went to Grenada to visit my family. And then I didn't miss my flight. My flight got canceled, and then I had to wait like a couple days for another flight. And it's just the things that happen. I think those things, it's not coincidence. So I had left, and when I missed my flight, I was sad, obviously. But then, it came out to be even better because on the first time, I forgot so much stuff. Like, I even got stuff from my mom that as I missed my flight, I was able to, repack and, like, bring those things. And I'm so happy, actually, that happened. But within that time, like, right before I left, I remember going back to that lake to see if the swan was there. And then it wasn't. And then I missed my flight. And then I think a day or two after I went, and the swan was there. So I don't know if that, I don't believe anything's a coincidence, you know. It was just like a magical, to me, moment or thing that happened. And then I went to Grenada. It was like, it was really nice. I just wish that I stayed longer. The only sad part of that was like friends that I went to, people that I went to school with. I don't think I could call them friends anymore. It's the things that happen, especially with like women. That's why I think self-reflection and solitude is so important. Like just not being around people that put stuff in your head to make you like a jealous, envious, corrupt person. Because there is no one that I can meet as an adult and be jealous of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because simply knowing and understanding that life is a series of events, things that happen. Like, you'd be happy today and tomorrow you're sad. People struggle. You never know what people go through to have what they have and get to where they are. So why should I be jealous? You know, if I see someone doing better than me, all I can do is try to learn from them, you know. And if I want to reach out and ask a question, you know, and ask, you know what I mean? Like, there's no point in that. And that same set of people I'm talking about, like, I've come to the point in this age that I am, and like I do not want to be around people that are just always talking shit about other people. You know what I mean? And just it doesn't make any sense to me. So I might be alone, but it's a choice because I like people that are self-aware of them and make a conscious effort to be a better person and not sit around talking bad about other people. That is one of the reasons why in the first video that I made, again, before this one cut off, before it cut off, I have to make this one again. I was talking about how I lived with a lady, which last Christmas she threw a Christmas party. We were there, but then it's the thing, like I really get to know people by just observation. And I don't like people that are just talking about other people all the time, you know. But then again, you know, I've just came to the point where I'm like, you know what? Everybody does it to an extent, you know. Me, I don't really bother about it. Like, if there's something I have to say, I'll say it because this is what I've observed, and then I move on with my life. It's not something that I just like people that are, I love people that are doing well with their life, and I admire people that just travel to different countries. You see that map behind me? That, yes. I want to travel the world. You know, it's just, I'm just waiting on, I don't even know, the thing that just makes me get to doing it, you know? But yeah. Reflection, solitude, it's so like important to me. You know, I think it makes you such like a wonderful person because in the world we live today, it's so easy to just be consumed by things. You know, you see things, you copy it, but then who are you? Well, as for me, I am Anzella. Very smart, very pretty. You see it. I'd say I'm very strong-willed, very caring. I am growing to really love myself. I'm not even gonna lie, because the person I was last year, can't even step to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like I love that I reflect and just grow as a person, really and truly. And that for me has worked really because I spend a lot of time by myself. And I love that for me. And I just want to, you know, I'd love to meet someone who can kind of tell a similar story. How, you know, because reflection is so good. You know, you see people talking about it all the time, but you should really give it a try. Just don't live life. But then again, I understand stuff. So, but, you know, it's very good to reflect and be alone. most of the time.